Hi, I'm Painterdude, and I'm glad you could join me today because today is a very good day. And today I'm going to show you how you can do a very simple little seascape with acrylics. Sort of Bob Ross style because that's where I learned to paint. Strange, right? Because he uses oils and I'm using acrylics. Now, today I had a black canvas and I just painted it with a semi-thin coat of Pthalo Blue. Pthalo Blue is a very transparent color. It might look black or blue to you, I'm not sure. But these are good colors to use for like northern lights, nighttime scenes, black canvases too. And I got the black canvas by covering it with matte black acrylic paint. Black gesso is good too. In fact, that's better, but that's just what I had. Well, let's get started. I'm only using 3 colors today, so I'm not. They might run the colors across the screen for you about here. And I'm just going to just a bit of white on my little 1-inch brush. And I'm just going to make these little X strokes. Don't let this dry on you. It'll be very hard to blend. Get more white. And go outward. Go from where your center of light will be and go outward. Kind of a critic of me since I'm going from the outside in a little. But that's just because I think this is a little bright for me. And if it gets a little dry on you, you can always just take a little atomizer bottle and just spray it. Not too much though, because then your paint will be dripping. Leave some holes in here. This will make it look like clouds. I think I'm going to do a little blue moon seascape today. Oh, see right here it's wet. That's a nice blend right there. That's what you want. In fact, you can always just take some Pthalo Blue and reapply it up here if it gets too dry on you. That's why when you're trying to do Bob Ross landscapes, you just try his oil paint set and watch one of his videos. It works a lot better than trying to do it with acrylics. But that's what I'm for. And then again, I'm just going to go in some white and brighten it up again. Just go nuts. Oh, yeah, it's a nice one. Just let it get on darker. Just play. I'm going to wash my 1-inch brush. I'm just going to dry it off this paper towel. Well, cloth towel, but either one's good. It's dry enough. So now I'm going to take a 2-inch brush. You can make sure your bristles are fairly even if you just used it to apply a base coat. That's what I use this for. Make sure it's like fairly even so that when you blend this, it'll all just come together. I'm going to cover it up a little there. Too much canvas for me. Make sure you have a very sturdy easel when you're painting with big brushes. Now, never leave your acrylic paint dry. Never let your paint on your brushes dry, sorry. You'll be hating life if you let it dry on your brush. And if it dries, because I've done that before, is you can take some rubbing alcohol and leave it in a little container and set your brush in there for a few minutes. Usually that works very well. You just clean it with soap and water after you let it soak in there. I'm going to do a little finger painting today. Just going to take my next finger and take a little white and just decide where your little moon's going to be. Just do a circular motion. You can do this until it's the size or the roundness that you want. Or just keep going into white till the brightness that you want. I think that's good enough for me. So now I'm just going to take a bristle fan brush and take some white on it. I'm going to just make these little rocking motions. This will make it look like sea waves. Now what you can do is cover half of the black canvas with your base coat for the sky and then do the bottom. That way you don't have to worry about it drying. This is dried a little on me. It's going to go into some Pthalo Blue and reapply it right here. Pthalo Blue is a very good color. Back. Cover these up. You have to be very fast with acrylics. I'm just going to do that again. Now you want it to be particularly the brightest throughout the center. And particularly straight at the horizon. Just gonna run a little line through there. And you can sort of blend it here where it's at the outside so you can brighten it up here. I'm just gonna wash my little fan brush. I have a little mesh screen I made out of an old metal ring that I put in the bottom of the Yoplait yogurt bucket. Now I'm going to take just a common 1-inch flat brush. Just sort of make a little line here. And make another one about here. This is going to be a very, I can change that right now. I'm going to have a big wave crash in there. This is one of those parts where you can sketch it. Maybe. I have one more line here. Quickly, while it's wet, I'm just going to take this and pull it at an angle. Leave this little dark spot in there. Well, it's further back, so you don't have to worry about as much here. But you're going to want to focus on that down here. Just going to take dirty color. Actually, I might want to start in the center since that's where it's brightest. Make these little curve motions. I'm just going to make it a little brighter there. I'm going to do the same thing here, but it's going to really look bigger. Now, I'm going to go right here at this major wave. You can just go nuts. I have a bristle fan brush. It'd be much better for this. But this works too. And this is the eye of the wave, as some people call it. So I'm going to take a little soft round brush and go into some white. Just sort of start inward and go outward and blend it out. This is what catches most people's eyes in seascapes. Add a little more white there. I'm going to take my fan brush again and make some foam patterns. This is a bristle fan brush. You can get those foamy things right here. Oops, I forgot. Gotta have this guy. Load your fan brush full of paint when you're doing this. Reapply this foam here. It doesn't look half bad. I'm gonna leave some foam patterns there too. This is the bristle fan brush I was talking about, but it works fairly the same. Now with that, I'm going to blend that eye of the wave out. Acrylics, when you want things to dry a little bit, you can just move on to certain spots and then come back there later. That's what I've been doing. Let's make these sort of little round shapes. Yeah, that's better. As long as it's brightest there. Very quickly, I'm just going to pop in a little foam pattern again. With that, I think I'm going to make some little palm trees coming out from the side. So you want this to be relatively thin. You want to have a very good fan brush for this. So I'm just going to make a little trunk here. Just a little indication. Just pull it. And just make these little curve shapes. Maybe this one comes off the canvas. You decide. The only thing worse than one palm tree is two palm trees, as Bob Ross would say. So I'm just going to add another one right there. I'm just going to do the same thing. Shoot, he's got some big leaves, doesn't he? Now leave this, I'm not going to leave any paint in it, and just flick it out. If your color gets lighter, that means your sky hadn't dried yet. It's weird because acrylics dry really fast. If you have it thin enough, it should be very easy to flick. And with that, got a nice little seascape. Well, I hope you enjoyed this one. So I'd like to thank you very much for watching. I'd like you to subscribe, and thank you very much for watching again. Subscribe, like, and happy painting, man.